loves, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing another super easy style that is perfect for summer and perfect for vacations because it is quick and it is cute and it is easy. So I'm doing jumbo knotless boho braids, but I'm going to do a different method this time. I'm going to do crochet in the back. So I got some loose bundles from WowAfrican in the color 4G6A and 22 inches. And I went to the beauty supply and matched it to like this passion twist kind of water wave hair by Rastafari. The water wave hair is not water wave, but like the braiding synthetic hair is a 4/30. And it was the closest that me and the worker could get it to match. So this is what I went with. But I did not like this hair at all, y'all. That's probably why it was on sale. It was so trash. It tangled so bad while I was braiding. But the WowAfrican hair was perfect. So I'm starting off by slicking everything down first because it made sense. If I'm going to crochet, I feel like it'd be quicker if I just did all of the slicking and the pre-braiding first. So I'm going in with my Lovely Beads edge control and I'm just going to slick and braid everything about 1 inch. Some people braid less than that for their little starter braid, but my hair unravels fast. So I braided about 1 inch down and then I'm going to twist the rest just so I can speed through the process.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence, but I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow, all the fake fans gon' pile up. I need peace to borrow, get that shit right back tomorrow. Somehow all the fans go bravo, smile so much to hide my sorrows. Faith is shaky in vibrato. I can't hold a frown too long, I can't stay down too long. Look, running from pain, running from strain, running from things, running from schemes. I can't hold a frown too long, I can't stay down too long. Look, running from pain, running from strain, running from things, running from.
So this is what my hair looks like slicked and prepped, and now I can start braiding. So I'm starting in the back one, of course, and I'm going to use 6 pieces of the synthetic hair. So I use 3 pieces and then go in with another 3 pieces. So you want to crochet at a diagonal, just slide your crochet in, hook the 3 pieces in and slide that through just halfway. And I do it at a diagonal so that it covers the braid, like my actual braid. So you pull that hair through and then you're going to do the same exact thing for another 3 pieces.
Couple things I know, couple things I show, couple things I don't. I can tell you my problems, I can tell you my sins, I can tell you my problems.
So once I have both pieces through, I just go ahead and try to detangle the ends as much as I can so that they're not tangled around each other when I split the hair. So I took the twist part out, but I left my braid part because braids be sliding out my head, y'all. So I left the braided part in and then I just divided the hair up into 3 pieces and started braiding. And then I started slowly adding my WowAfrican pieces. So I started off originally with 6 pieces per braid, but then at the end, you'll see I'll end up adding more.
Comfortable in my skin, I'm uncomfortable with my ends, I'm uncomfortable with my friends, I'm uncomfortable with my drinking, I'm uncomfortable with my thinking, I'm uncomfortable with my way.
So this is what it looks like in the middle, just sliding the hair through at a diagonal. And then I'm going to take my twist part out after I detangle the hair at the ends just to make it a little easier, even though it was still hard. And then I take the twist part of my hair out and then just start braiding. So the middle, it did really good with the crochet part. Like it locked in and they did not feel loose at all. The ones in the back felt a little loose. I actually ended up redoing the one on the left-hand side because that was the first one I did and it was really kind of hanging. But these, they locked in really good. So if you know how to do or don't know how to do knotless braids, but you want to, this method works really good and they look knotless. So here I am just adding in my loose pieces from WowAfrican and I already have them sectioned out on my, it's actually a sewing thread rack. It was cheaper than a braid rack, surprisingly. So I have it sectioned on that and I already have edge control on the tips because it just helps you grip it better when you're adding it in. So I add about maybe like 3 or 2 inches of the like slick side into the hair so that they don't slip out, especially when you're trying to detangle and wash them and stuff. So I add about maybe 3 inches of the hair in on that side and then I braid it down completely with both strands in and then I fish out the WowAfrican hair and it's super easy because you can see it so clearly.
I'm uncomfortable in this space, I'm uncomfortable on good days, I'm uncomfortable on bad days, I'm uncomfortable with my soul, I'm uncomfortable with my heart, I'm uncomfortable with myself, I'm uncomfortable with my heart, I'm uncomfortable with my thoughts, I'm uncomfortable with my feelings, and sadly I'm uncomfortable with healing. I can't hold a frown too long, I can't stay down too long. Look, running from pain, running from strain, running from things, running from schemes.
So this is how I separate the hair into 3 before I start braiding. I put 2 on each side and then 2 of the strands with my real hair. And then I just start braiding regularly. And then once I get a little bit down, I'll start adding in the WowAfrican pieces.
I was insecure when I met you, take me to different levels, but couldn't walk away, start dancing up with the devil. Try my game good, but never did get a medal. Digging up the past, I'm treacherous with the shovel, treacherous with my ways, treacherous with my thoughts. Trying to maintain, but often it throw me off. When times get hard, be needing you to be soft. Let's get this shit on, don't need you to piss me off. I need love.
So halfway through, and this is actually all I was able to do that morning because I was going to a party for my best friend and I literally had to stuff those 5 braids under a half wig, but it worked out. It came out real cute. But this is me. That's why my makeup is done now. So this is that night I came in. I was like, I'm going to finish these braids. So I tried to do the crochet with these side braids on the side, but I guess because of my texture, I don't know, it would not hold. They kept sliding out and just kept hanging real low. So I ended up doing just regular knotless right here, which wasn't bad. I don't know why I thought it was going to be bad. So I started off with 3 pieces and then I braided a little bit and you can see how the hair is tangling, y'all. I'm gonna have to cut through it. But yeah, just cut through it and keep going. Don't worry because it's going to keep happening if you use this hair. So I added the 3 pieces and then I went back in and added another 3 pieces once I braided down a bit. And then I started adding in the WowAfrican loose hair.
Love. So what's up, love? Is this offering I bring still enough love? Is these thoughts that I think good enough love? So let's kiss, then we fight, then we fuck, love. Yeah. I fall apart when you're too far. I need you here, I need you close. I fall apart when you're too far. I need you here, I need you close. Show me a better way, pulling on my strings, but I don't feel a serenade.
So I'm on my last braid and I got a little smarter working with this hair. So I'm going to do knotless with this one, like the regular knotless as well. But I'm going to start off by detangling the ends like I was already doing. And then I'm going to cut away any of the long or like straggly pieces that could wrap around each other. We're going to just cut those right off and then start doing our knotless braids and adding them in. So add in 3 pieces, braid down a little bit, and then add in 3 more pieces and then start adding in the WowAfrican hair.
Open up your heart, but I still see a barricade. Cupid at your fist, shooting darts, it don't ricochet. Couldn't hear the wounds that I didn't cause. Always been a centerpiece of your catalog. I know people need time and it's fortune, niggas vanity's fair. So when your glamour go up, I play you keeping me there. Hold up, take a deep breath, cause it's love in the air. So let's have a conversation, tell the truth if you dare. Keep the dark shit light, cause I know you be scared. Know it's feeling difficult, but it's hard when it's rare. I fall apart when you're too far. I need you here, I need you close. I fall apart when you're too far. I need you here, I need you close. I fall apart when you're too far. I need you here, I need you close. I fall apart when you're...
For the ends of the braiding hair, to seal them, I just cut them to the length that I wanted and then tied a little single strand knot. I did it twice to make sure it was knotted, and that's just going to hold it in place. And this is what it looks like with each braid. So I have 11 braids with 6 pieces on each, and then I went back in and was like, oh, I need some pieces higher up, so I added a few pieces higher up.
I need you, I need you close.
Y'all know I cannot do any style without oiling my scalp, so I'm going to go ahead and oil my scalp. And then once I do this, I'm going to take the Design Essentials composition foam, and I'm going to put that all over the braids and then tie it down with my scarf and my bonnet for the night. So here I am the next morning, and I added even more of the curly strands from WowAfrican to my hair. As you guys can see, I filled these things up. So I have one more left, so I'm going to show you guys how I did it, because when I was doing just the knots at first, because I wanted to do big pieces, they kept unraveling. So I crocheted the hair through after I knotted it. So I went ahead and sectioned the WowAfrican hair out, and then I sectioned it again into a little bit smaller pieces. And then once I have that piece, I section it into 2 pieces and then put them the opposite way so that one end is not completely like that blunt sharp end. I just flip it like this and then kind of stretch it out a bit. And it should look something like this. And then you go ahead and crochet it in. I like to hook up and then pull it through. It just like works faster for me. So I crochet it in and then I knot it twice while it's like still like loop it through. And then I go to the bottom loop of the braid and then pull the entire curly piece through so that the knot is like flat against the braid, if that makes sense. You'll see in a second. So pulling the hair through a bottom piece of the braid just kind of locks it in place a little more, like I said, and it gets all the hair going down in the same direction. So I just added a little bit of water and then this 𝐏𝐿 oil to my hair. So I was so happy that the curl pattern didn't change. You know how with some hair, once you wet it, it gets like more of like a stringy kind of barely wave. It doesn't keep the full wave. This kept the full wave, which I really, really loved because it's so pretty. So I just added a little bit of edge control to my edges to fix them up a bit. Added a little oil to the top of the hair. And that is pretty much it, y'all. This is the look. It came out so freaking cute. I love it so much. At first I was like, dang, did I put the top braids too low? But then I keep staring at it. I'm like, it kind of looked like a water wave bust down, kind of like a middle part, like how sleek it is because the braids are kind of flat at the top. But yeah, this is how it came out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will have everything down below for you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next one.
Tell me, is you with it? Cause I'm with it. Why don't you tell me it's down, 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 down. Knew you was different from the start, love. How you learn? They never taught love. You keep it peaceful.